Heat checker.
Cunningham.
Get her the ball. Get her the ball. One more time. Cross. Alongo again.
No! Woo!
She's back.
Oh my God!
Dynamic
This isn't real.
player in the game.
What?
9 points in 38 seconds for Cleveland. She hit all 3 threes.
And not only 9,
What's
it's
going
but
on?
look at the depth
I
on
don't know.
these field
I'm
goal
leaving.
attempts. She's certainly feeling it.
Oh my God.
Left side, right
speechless.
side.
No.
Now come back to your favorite spot again. It doesn't matter if there's a hand.
What am I watching?
The defending champions had been unbeatable, and no one had figured out how to challenge them. The New York Liberty seemed unstoppable, easily dominating every team they faced. Then, on June 14th, Caitlin Clark returned from injury. What followed wasn't just a victory. It was a total blowout, shattering 8 records in a single night. The Liberty's flawless season ended, and their confidence took a major hit. But what few expected was how the Fever used this performance as a model for championship-level play. If you're excited about Caitlin's comeback, drop a CC record breaker in the comments. Let's go.
In the lineup, I'm ready to go.
I think you're just excited more than anything. It gets kind of difficult when you prepare for a game. Obviously, when I'm on the bench, still knowing the scout, knowing everything that the other team's going to do, and still trying to mentally prepare and go through everything like I'm going to play, even though I knew I wasn't going to play. So, doing that, but also knowing I was going to be able to be active today, I think gives you a little extra juice. So I'm certainly excited just to get back out there, get playing, and really good opportunity for us at home here, coming off of a loss. So it's a big.
Imagine the defending champions tearing through every team as if they were playing amateurs. By June, the New York Liberty held a flawless 9-0 record, the only undefeated team in the WNBA. Every game was a statement, each win reinforcing their dominance. They weren't just winning, they were overwhelming opponents with an impenetrable defense that no one could figure out. Teams would enter the arena thinking they had a shot, only to leave 2 hours later confused and defeated. The Liberty's defense was like an ever-growing brick wall, getting stronger with every game.
Played the Liberty. There was obviously a frustrating ending. What lessons can you take from that experience, and how can that be applied to this, even though I know obviously Liberty look a little different with 2 starters out?
Yeah, I mean, I think certainly you take time and score situations, different versions of handling runs, offensively, defensively. Margin for error is small against a team like New York, and every play matters. Every time we send them to the free throw line matters. Every rebound matters. We can't afford to have empty possessions on the offensive end of the floor. You've got to play your A game.
Every team that faced the Liberty came in confident, but left completely deflated. Coaches spent countless hours designing plays, and players studied game film until exhaustion, but nothing worked. The Liberty had an answer for everything. Their pick-and-roll offense was precise, their defense unyielding, and their confidence unmatched. Sabrina Ionescu, Jonquil Jones, and Breanna Stewart were performing at a level that made other All-Stars seem ordinary. These 3 weren't just having strong seasons. They were dominating the game in ways that made you question if anyone could challenge them. Stewart could score from anywhere on the court. Ionescu made impossible shots and passes look effortless, and Jones controlled the paint, making other centers appear inexperienced.
I think we continue to learn lessons from the first time we played them and from our last game against Atlanta. Every single day that we move forward. I think they're a different team. Certainly, we're going to be a different team having C and Sophie back on the floor. We're going to tip the ball up and go out, and we're going to give it everything that we have.
The Liberty were dominating so thoroughly that even star players looked ordinary. Their victories weren't just big, they were intimidating. Teams that came in with high rankings often left losing by 20 points or more. The league's best players seemed outmatched, almost like they were playing a different sport against New York. Analysts and sports shows began questioning if anyone could challenge them this season. Writers were already planning stories, not about who could beat the Liberty, but whether anyone stood a chance. This was the scene on ESPN's WNBA coverage. The defending champions were in a league of their own. The unbeaten New York Liberty were coming to town for the second time this season, and excitement was at an all-time high, especially because Caitlin Clark was back. She had missed the last 5 games due to a mysterious quad injury, and now she was ready to face the Liberty, who were enjoying their best start ever. Sabrina Ionescu and her teammates were gearing up for this major Commissioner's Cup matchup, with the arena packed as usual. Meanwhile, the Fever were preparing for their moment, but they needed something extraordinary. Indiana had been dealing with injuries and lineup changes and hadn't yet looked like a championship-caliber team. Most expected the Liberty to dominate once again, but there was one thing New York didn't anticipate: the return of Caitlin Clark.
Now, we have an opportunity in front of us right now. I feel like this is like we're starting a new season. You guys, I'm so proud of how resilient we've been up until this point. We're going to continue to have to be. But right now, we have an opportunity to continue to take a step forward. Okay, this can be a springboard for us, right? We're marrying energy and effort with execution. Every single possession matters. Hit singles. Hit singles. Make the easy play. All right? Make one another better. Okay? It's our time. It's our time. Let's go. Here we go. Together on 3, 1, 2, 3. Together.
Then came the moment that changed everything, 38 seconds that would go down in WNBA history. When Clark stepped onto the court at Gainbridge Fieldhouse, the atmosphere shifted instantly. She wasn't just returning from her quad injury. She was ready to send a message that would resonate across the entire league. The Liberty defense thought they were ready for her. They had studied every move, every habit, and expected Clark to come out strong. They had watched film of her making shots from nearly impossible distances and believed they could contain her, but they were far from prepared. Clark then did something no one anticipated. She hit 3 consecutive three-pointers from distances that left defenders helpless. The first came from 34 feet, a shot most players wouldn't even consider, yet she sank it effortlessly. The second and third were both from 31 feet, each swishing through the net with ease. By this point, the arena was in complete awe.
And Cunningham is
Caitlin
down
from the
behind
logo.
the play.
Oh my God!
But they've got Caitlin Clark to fire away from 3. And
The
Cunningham
logo.
just now getting up as she stayed down near the free throw line on the other end.
Oh! Okay,
Just
why
coming
did
back.
Oh my
he take that?
gosh!
An ankle
Oh
injury,
my
and then
god, and
Johannes
of
very
course Marine
cool.
Johannes
2
countered
players
it.
not
Green.
By the
playing.
logo. But this is why I
Caitlin
love
from the
the
logo
NBA.
again! We got a shootout! We got a shootout!
Oh my god!
Fourth
No,
we go.
no, no!
The Liberty defenders could only watch in disbelief. After a rebound, the Fever's Cunningham went down, but Clark stayed in control. She pulled up from the left wing and sank it effortlessly. She was officially back. Score, Fever 24-18. Moments later, she struck again from the right wing, over 30 feet out. There was no one else on the court like Caitlin Clark. After a quick handoff, she crossed over from the logo and launched another impossible shot. Unbelievable. In just 38 seconds, Clark had scored 9 points, hitting all 3 three-pointers. And these weren't just long shots. They were precision shots with incredible depth. Clark was unstoppable. Each shot swished through the net, sending the crowd at Gainbridge Fieldhouse into a frenzy. Fans were leaping from their seats, and the arena buzzed with electric energy. 9 points in just 38 seconds. Not merely fast scoring, but a performance that redefined what's possible in professional basketball. To put it in perspective, most players would be thrilled to score 9 points in an entire quarter. Clark did it in under a minute, making her the first player in WNBA history to achieve this incredible feat. But you couldn't help but smile watching it. This was pure basketball artistry. Stewart, one of the best players in the world, had seen it all, yet even she had to marvel at what Clark was doing on the court. This was basketball at its peak. The Liberty called a timeout, but it was too late. Clark had already cracked their mental game, and it showed in their body language. The confidence they had built over 9 straight wins was beginning to crumble. They had expected another routine victory, but instead, they were witnessing Clark rewrite the record books. This wasn't luck or a temporary hot streak. This was a superstar making a statement with the most dominant return imaginable. The unbeaten New York Liberty came into Gainbridge Fieldhouse expecting another easy win, but Caitlin Clark's return changed everything. In just 38 seconds, She scored 9 points with 3 impossible three-pointers, instantly shifting momentum and cracking the Liberty's confidence. By halftime, she had 25 points, eventually finishing with 30 points, 8 rebounds, 9 assists, and 7 threes, breaking 8 records and surpassing legends like Candace Parker. But it wasn't just Clark. Her teammates, including Lexi Hall, Aaliyah Boston, Kelsey Mitchell, and Sydney Carlson, all delivered career-best performances, providing perfect support and executing a blueprint for championship basketball. The Fever dominated 102-88, ending New York's perfect season and proving they can beat anyone when firing on all cylinders. This wasn't just a comeback, it was a statement. The Fever have figured out the formula for greatness.